Lord our God, you light the way to truth and eternity. Strengthen in us the appreciation of those valuable things in life which money cannot buy. Help those who are greedy for material things to see that the soul's deepest hunger is for meaning, for truth, and for eternity.
Amen.
In what biblical context do we find the expression, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also"? This expression appears in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 6 and again in Luke chapter 12. It is part of Jesus Christ's Sermon on the Mount. These words were spoken not just to Christ's disciples, but to everyone. A treasure is made up of valuable items or stored riches. It is natural for human beings to seek such things. Just as a compass needle points to a magnet and a sunflower turns toward the sun, we too are drawn toward what we consider our treasure. Wherever that treasure is, that's where our love, our desire, and our attention go. That's what we pursue, what fills our thoughts, what shapes our dreams. It's also where our fears gather, fear of losing it, of letting it slip away. It's where we place our hope and our trust. It holds our joy, our comfort, our sense of delight. In this light, the gospel says, quote, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Unquote. What is the context in which the gospel speaks these words today? Today, the gospel speaks these words into a world obsessed with material wealth. A world that constantly tells us that the quality of life depends on how much wealth we have. The common mindset is, if you're wealthy, you're doing well, you're fine. Material wealth is linked to ideas like a good life, high status, respect, success, social progress, security, power, and control. A lot of people fear poverty, and rightfully so. In Bulgarian, the words for poverty and trouble come from the same root. I once ran into a wealthy man I knew. He was holding a newspaper, so I asked him, "What does the newspaper say?" He replied, "Woe to the poor." But is it possible that wealth itself can become a kind of trouble too? What happens when we serve money instead of letting it serve us? Could it be that the real woe comes not from having little, but from valuing riches more than what truly matters? The world often mistakes material abundance for a meaningful life. This truth is more relevant now than ever. As we reflect on these words and look at what's happening in the world, we're drawn to turn our hearts to God, seeking light in a time of confusion, because without God, even the abundance of earthly goods feels empty. Let us pray to the Lord.
Lord, have mercy.
Lord our God, you are the light that guides us on the path to truth and eternity. Look with mercy upon our divided, restless, and deceived world. The world is suffocating under the weight of ambitions, fears, and false ideas of success. People search for meaning not in relationship with you, but in what they possess. Many souls are hungry, hearts are empty and anxious, and minds are clouded with confusion. Grant that this world may order its values according to your will and not sacrifice the spiritual and eternal for the material and temporal. Calm the fear that drives us to seek false security instead of true meaning. Keep us from turning money and material wealth into our idols. Open the eyes of those who are greedy for wealth to see that the deepest hunger of their souls is not for riches, but for meaning, truth, and eternity. Teach us to store up treasures in heaven and to cherish your kingdom as our greatest treasure. For where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. We want our hearts to be with you, now and forever.
Amen.